Around 1993, I purchased two of these AHM HO scale machine shops, paying $4.49 for each. Today AHM is out of business, and you could find this model for between $18 and $30 on eBay. This one is still sealed in its package. Another one I partially assembled, and it sat really untouched at this spot on the layout until I just picked up HO scale modeling again. So I finished painting this and assembling it, and I even painted the inside black so that when I install LED lighting at some point, the light will not bleed through. One thing that always bothered me is that although there's a crossing here, there's really no way for vehicles to get down into this depressed area so that employees could drive up and park. So I'm going to remedy this. I'm building a ramp down here right now using foam core poster board, just roughing it out. I'm going to cover some with plaster, and I think what I'm going to do is, at the same time, I'm going to move the model back into the corner so they'll have room for more of a parking lot. I applied a little drywall mesh tape to the side of the poster board. Now I'm troweling on patching plaster. I'm going to clean up this flat area with this scraping tool. Experts refer to it as a scraping tool. After doing the initial sanding, I applied a little of the black asphalt paint to just part of the road surface. Then I touched up a little bit more with some plaster in different places. I came back and I sanded again, and of course some of the plaster dust got on the road surface, and it highlighted some of the surface imperfections, and there was a little bit of a ripply or folded area in the road surface. And even though I've got to go back and paint over the side, which will look like maybe rock and dirt, it really makes a nice effect. So sometimes accidents really come out to your benefit. I completed the asphalt and concrete paint on the depressed area, and I think the idea is that when the machine shop was built, it was set on a pad of concrete surrounding the building and providing a little bit of parking area for some cars, and then the greater part of the area was paved with asphalt. But it was done years ago, so now what I'm doing is I'm weathering it. I found an old bottle of polyester dirt paint. It's acrylic at my hobby shop, and so what I'm doing is I'm just kind of dry brushing that with a little piece of paper towel, and I just put the building in its place to see kind of what it would look like. But I'm not really being too artistic about it. I'm just really just rubbing it in because maybe as trucks came up and parked, they had some mud on their tires, and so as they swept across the concrete, it just dirtied it up. And I think I'm going to apply maybe some gray paint as well, but we don't want it to look like, again, like it was just paved yesterday. So I'm running a little bead of Tester's black gloss paint along the seam of what would be the dividing point between the asphalt and the concrete, as though there was a crack that was causing them to have to patch it with some tar at some point along the line. And also it kind of conceals where one paint meets the other, and it is gloss, so when it dries it will shine and look a little bit more like tar. And in different places along here, along the road, I've applied little squiggly lines where the asphalt had cracked and where workmen came by and had to patch it up a little bit. And I don't think there's really any great way to make a mistake, because if you look in old parking lots. They've been patched again and again. So as I was painting and weathering this parking lot, I realized we don't know a whole lot about what goes on in this machine shop. According to the sign outside, they manufacture electric vacuum cleaners, but I don't know, the leaking drums outside make it look more like a super fun cleanup site. And for that matter, what's this truck doing backed up to the precipice? It looks like he's going to dump something into that gaping chasm. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching this episode of John's O-Gauge and HO Trains. See you next time.